moving abroad is more than just business. It's about lifestyle, community, safety, your day to day. Today, we're with a foreigner who's gonna tell us about his experience living abroad and how it differs from living in Paraguay. What's the secret to day here? So, now you've been living in different countries. How does Paraguay compare in lifestyle with the other countries you've known?
I honestly expected Paraguay to be different than it was. I had no idea what I was going into when I moved here at first, and I think I expected it to be less developed than it was. Maybe that's bad to say, but that's how I felt. And when I arrived, I was surprised in how in certain parts of the city, it's just as developed as many of the cities in which I've lived in my life. So I feel like I wasn't so shocked as some people might say they are. I think reading online and Reddit forums and everything, I was trying to find information about Asunción and Paraguay in general, and I didn't find anything interesting. But I was pleasantly surprised with a city that's quite comfortable. I mean, there's a few things that are always going to be different. I mean, the paved roads and some charming little shops on the side of the street, but for me, that's exactly what it is. It was immediately charming to me, and I was happily surprised. I think it's a cute city, and I also was lucky enough to arrive in time for the season in August with those flowers all over the street. I think it's a city with there's many tropical birds all the time. So my first impression was really that. I felt like I was arriving in quite a modern city that has these charming touches of what it used to be. It's a green city. There are trees absolutely everywhere, flowers growing in all sorts of places, and so it kind of feels like a mix between a town and a city, which I really enjoyed.
And what would you say, talking from like a economic perspective, the cost of living and details like that, do you find it really different from other places, or what's your opinion?
I mean, clearly there are some things that cost less in Paraguay. I mean, if you talk about going out to eat, going out for drinks, rent, if you want to buy a house, all these things are much cheaper. I would say some prices, like supermarket prices in general, are quite similar to what you'd find in Canada or in France. But this is another thing that I was impressed about was the offer that they do have in these supermarkets. For me, Paraguay is kind of a landlocked small country, yet they have these beautiful supermarkets with an extremely impressive amount of fresh products.
Now, what would you say about what aspect of living here makes you feel like you made the right decision to move here and give it a try?
Apart from professionally, because I feel like I've really been enjoying working here, and with my colleagues, I've really enjoyed working here. Apart from that, socially, I very quickly felt accepted in Paraguay, and I had the fear of language. For example, I had a base in Spanish that I had learned a long time ago in high school, but so I was afraid to communicate with people at first, and I would go out alone, not really speaking the language, but I was shocked in my first few weeks how many people I met, how many things I was invited to, how many activities I participated in, and all of that in the span of a couple of weeks. And remembering how afraid I was before coming to Paraguay, that was what I was afraid of, was not having that social life, and realizing very quickly that I had made a right decision in what country I'd gone to, because it was so easy, and it still is today so easy. I really never had any issues meeting anyone or having fun in general. It's something that happened very quickly, and now I just know is an attribute of Paraguay. People here are open, they're curious, and they're easy to talk to. And so that has been a great experience, knowing that I arrived in a country which has accepted me so quickly. And I've moved to different countries in which I've had a lot of difficulty making friends, if any friends. And that was really tough to deal with. It was some of the reasons why I couldn't stay in those places. And so it's not just me, it's really the country that has accepted me.
Yeah, I feel like Paraguayans try to make you part of their community, and they just want to kind of adopt you, and show you around to make sure that you're okay.
And they're very proud of their country, and I think you can tell, and it feels good hanging out with them. They want to show you this, show you that. They had the luck of going into interior, into outside of Asunción, but people have told me people only become even more welcoming and friendly as you leave the cities. So I'll be extremely excited to see about that.
Yeah, no, it's pretty common whenever you go to the countryside. They even invite you to their homes, It's like you're one of them and you've met them like, I don't know, an hour ago. It's kind of crazy to feel that connected, but it feels nice.
Mm.
Now, you've mentioned like the business part. Do you feel like life here in Paraguay has that work-life balance, or what would you say?
I would say, from what I've seen, Paraguayans are very invested into their personal activities. I see a lot of people, you can go to the gym, a lot of people have their groups to play tennis or paddle or football, or people definitely separate work and life here. It's a bit different for me, I'd say, recently, because I've been working in the restaurant business, and that doesn't really leave you any much space for life. But with the hours that I do have, I'm always out and about, always going out, and I really feel like even though I am working ridiculous hours, I do have that work-life balance, which I didn't have working in the restaurant business before. Here, whenever I do have 3 hours here, 3 hours there, there's always something I fill that gap with, and I really, really enjoy that here. But in general, I have noticed that Paraguayans, they work to live, they don't live to work, meaning, they get off their job, but that few hours that they have after work before dinner they really take advantage of that time. And so there's plenty of events organized here. There are plenty of activities organized. It's easy to get involved in clubs or in a certain sport. And so if you want to fill your schedule, that's definitely something that can be done here.
Having moved around a lot, and I'm sure you did quite the research on Paraguay, is there something that you didn't find out about the country but you wished you would have known before coming here?
I think, yeah, before coming, I had done a lot of research, as you say. And what I did run into were a lot of articles talking about how calm, tranquilo is Paraguay. And it is. It's what everyone says is Paraguay is tranquilo. It's calm and everyone's chill. And it's true. But from that, often people say it's a country to go retire to. It's an old country, quiet country, which is partially true, but that also made me feel like I was just not going to have fun here, that there wouldn't be much to do. As a young person coming and moving to a new country, you want to have fun. You always hear about the countries in like Argentina and Brazil. You're always hearing about how fun it is being there. And so I was wondering if I was not making a mistake moving to a country in which I would be bored. But if it couldn't be farther from the truth. Arriving here, I found out that there's just dozens of bars and restaurants and activities and events to go to all the time. There's always something to do. There's a young population, all eager to go out and get to know each other, and it's the social life here has been really, really cool. And so I would say if you have the same fears and you think that Paraguay is going to be boring or Asunción is going to be boring, it's not, and it's definitely a whole lot of fun. There's plenty to do.
Yeah, I feel like you can, like every day you can find something new to try and do and just go out. It depends on just how well you manage around the place, I guess. You have to know the specific places you can go to find that.
That was the most fun for me, is that I was asking people where they would recommend me to go, and I would just go there the next day, try this restaurant, have a drink here. And I've found the places where I enjoyed going to, and it happened very quickly. I have my own community in each place. I've gotten to know so many people, and it was easy. And it was without trying so hard.
Oh, that's great. Now, what would you say is your favorite part of your daily life here?
The weather. I've been told that it's going to get very hot in summer, and I'm about to...
Really hot?
Really hot. I'm about to embark on my first summer here in Paraguay, but until now, I've really enjoyed the weather. It's one of the reasons why I moved here. Not only that, I think there's, as much as there are plenty other opportunities to fill here, there's plenty of things already to consume. There's good food. The events, I was really surprised by how many things are organized here. Every day is completely different here for me. I don't have a routine yet. I definitely do enjoy all the aspects of the city, everything they have to offer me. There are some parks, really beautiful parks around the city as well, that I'll go to go running or just to walk around. I enjoy the fact that the city is a green city, that it's meaning that it's full of plants and trees. If you see Asunción from above, you can barely even see a house. It looks like a forest from above. And when you're driving through the streets, trees in the middle of the road, flowers coming onto the street, it's something I really appreciate. It makes you feel like you're not in concrete jungle.
Yeah, I think the beauty of Asunción, Paraguay, it's that even though it's progressing and there are new buildings, we still make sure that there are a lot of trees and like that green life, just so it's a little bit less shocking whenever you see a building or something like that. Just to keep that natural part, the essence of the whole city and the whole country, basically.
Sometimes I really feel like I'm in a forest or in a jungle. And so when you see parrots flying above, you have palm trees and flower blossoms and beautiful birds, all of it. It feels different to any city that I've ever lived in before, definitely.
Since moving here, how has Paraguay changed you personally?
I think that I'm not the most outgoing person in general. I, like many other people, have my shy moments, yet moving here, at least in the past 6 months, have made me much more confident. I came here not really speaking the language, going out alone, getting to know people. And it's something that you would have asked me a year or two to do. I would have been much more comfortable doing it. I have gained a lot of confidence being here, which helps me not only socially, but in my work life as well. I feel confident in my Spanish, in what I have to say. I feel appreciated here, and that confidence makes me feel better. So that's really how I feel Paraguay has changed me.
Yeah, it's amazing. Now, thank you for sharing your point of view on Paraguay. And if you feel like Paraguay is a good option for you and you're looking for that calm but still young place to live and you want to come and give it a try, you can click the link below and get your Paraguayan residency.